Hello, co-reporters. Welcome back to my channel. A TikTok video about JLO, Jennifer Lopez, Jenny from the block, apparently being incredibly rude, not even to fans, but people who work for her, service workers in general, has gone viral on TikTok. And I watched it this morning, but I would like to rewatch it alongside you guys so that I can get your opinions on what this woman is saying. So just a little bit of background information. Her father is a luxury driver. He drives for luxury clients. And JLO is someone who was a client of his, but he started saying, listen, I will no longer, he told his company, I will no longer accept JLo as a client because she has all of these nasty rules. She treats us horribly. So that's a little bit of background. I don't want to spill all the tea before she gets into it. So let's just zoom in on the video, turn the microphone around so that you guys can hear it. And don't forget, put your thoughts in the comment section down below because I do want to know what you think about it. Okay, so here it is. The trend is, tell me about a time when a celebrity was rude to you and she, Red Pepper Flake from TikTok, she came with the tea.
When a celebrity was rude to you.
Jennifer Lopez.
Same, and I'm going to try to tell them really quickly. 2 stories about Jennifer Lopez being an awful human being. So number one, when she has drivers, the number one rule she has for them is they can't look at her, they can't talk to her, and her luggage is never allowed to touch the ground. If any of those things happen, she will go out of her way to make sure you get fired. Even if you have to look in the rear view mirror while you're driving, she will call that you trying to look at her and proceed to berate you. And I know this because my dad worked for that driving company and he refused to drive her whenever she came in town because of how awful she treated the drivers. Second story, she was with Ben, I believe at MGM or whichever casino, and Ben's a great tipper and he respects service workers. And so he tipped a lot of people a lot of money that night. Jennifer goes around to each of those people and takes back the tip and gives them maybe $5-10, maybe. She is an awful person.
Holy moly, Gorgonzoli. She really ripped into Jenny from the block. And let me just tell you something. I believe her. I believe her. Okay, listen, just because something is on the internet doesn't mean that it's true. But it also doesn't mean that it's false. I'm joking. But listen, I believe her. This is such a specific story. And it lines up with other stories that you hear about certain celebrities. I believe I've heard something about JLo not wanting for people to look her in the eyes. I've heard of other people doing that as well. I don't want to name names because I don't remember who they were in particular. And I don't want to, falsely put that out there. But there have been quite a few celebrities who have been exposed for this sort of behavior. The most shocking thing to me is when she talks about how JLo would be upset even if the driver needed to look in the middle mirror to look at that, the back window. No, she'd be like, oh, are you trying to look at me, Jennifer Lopez, with olive oil and not Botox or plastic surgery? How dare you? Like, what is that? Like, I'm sorry, but at what point, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you could be wildly successful in life and stuff like that, but how does it turn you into this sort of a person where you feel like other people don't even deserve to look at you in your eyes? I'm sorry, but I don't believe that these people even really care or know that much about who she is for her to be like, oh, don't look me in the eyes, I'm too great for you or anything like that. Like, that just makes me sick. And then the Ben Affleck story really, 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 really shocked me as well. Like the fact that she would go back to people and take back the money that Ben Affleck gave them of his own money, and then she'd only give them $5 or $10 instead. Like, gross, yikes, what? Like, that's crazy. This is just such a specific story. Listen, back in my like early career days before I was like, into the YouTube thing, I used to work a lot with celebrities or around celebrities, and a lot of them are really weird. Like, I've got stories for days, but I've got NDAs for days, so I can't share them. But a lot of them are really weird. Some of them are downright nasty. So whenever I hear stories like this, I am not surprised, and I usually do believe them because I have experienced things like that with celebrities as well. I've never experienced a celebrity who said, don't look me in my eye. But I will tell you one thing. When I was backstage at the Emmy Awards, there was this one celebrity, usually like you can just like mill around, do your stuff, because we're doing things. We're not there for like, partying. But there was, this one celebrity where when she was coming, we were all ordered to get into the first room. It doesn't even matter like what room it is. Just get in it. Like I think I was in a closet, like where you put the inventory in an inventory room instead of the room that I was mainly in for my work. Everybody had to leave, disperse because she was coming through and she did not want anyone else in the hallway when she was in the hallway. Like that's a story I can tell you. You know what I mean? So if someone could be like that, and mind you, there were other, of course, it's the Emmy Awards. There were other huge celebrities there who did not act like that. So many of them were so kind and so personable, but this one really shocked me. But I digress. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm kind of like inclined to believe the tea that people spill online about these people, because success, fame, really does go to people's heads, you know, and it does make them act in really bad ways, in really narcissistic ways. And, you know, it's disappointing, but that is what it is. These stories have been around for decades at this point. You know, I think you'd have to be naive to not believe that this could potentially be true. You know what I mean? Like there are some people who are so naive where they believe the whole like, oh, JLO claiming she only uses olive oil. She's never had cosmetic surgery. She's never had Botox. Meanwhile, you put photos of her side by side and you see the obvious, you know, changes. Like there are people who don't believe anything, quote unquote, negative. I don't think cosmetic surgery is negative. I think it's great about their faves. You know what I mean? But anyway, those are just my 2 cents, guys. How do you feel about this story? Are you shocked? Do you believe it? Yes or no? And if yes, why? If no, why not? Let me know in the comments. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.